As if we had to have another reason to be enjoying this beautiful, beautiful day, we have found one nonetheless, because this morning on 3+U, we have headed out to the Boyd Speedway, courtesy of our good friend Cindy Deering, who, as you know, has Cindy's Choice here in town. So what a fun place for you to get to come and visit, right?
Oh my goodness, Julie, fun is right. This is like one of the most awesome relationships that we are just so enjoying having with Boyd Speedway, newly purchased by Emerson Russell Racing.
I told him when we came pulling in this morning, he walked over to the car and I said, you know, you're kind of a legend around here. And he said, nah, I'm just a guy. But he is. He's a legend around here.
Oh my goodness, he so is. And people are so excited that the Russell family's taken over the Speedway, and there's already so many exciting things happening.
You and I don't have a super long time to talk this go around, because we're going to chat a couple of minutes, and then we've got a real exciting guest to bring in. That's Scott Smith, who is with Smith and Wesley, topping the country music charts, courtesy of his Ringgold roots, right?
Yes, yes. Music Rose 2020 Independent Artist of the Year. It's the Scott and Todd Smith, but Scott was able to get by here with us to visit today, and they're going to be at a concert this Saturday at Boyd Speedway at 1:30 p.m. And it's no cost. If you're coming to the race, just buy your race ticket, come early, and you get this amazing concert.
So it's fitting to me. I don't know all the ins and outs of how your relationship with Boyd totally began, but it's fitting to me that you would have one, because for this area of town, they are totally immersed in the community. That's what you're doing at Cindy's Choice.
Exactly. And that relationship did start with Emerson Russell, you know, recognizing an opportunity, and he's been such an encourager and such a supporter of mine, recognizing my vision early on. So I was just elated when he got this, and we finally recognized a way you know, to partner as like a media exchange on something. It's really awesome.
So you kind of have these Hollywood lights in front of you these days. Recently you had John Schneider, you were out here with him. Now you've got Scott Smith with Smith and Wesley. I mean, the red carpet's rolling out for you, Cindy.
Cody McCarver. There's so many that
what a nice guy.
I get to do some stuff with John Schneider's wife, Elena. And it's just really cool, but it's all for good causes. It's all for things that they really care about, that, you know, are good for the community. It's not like, you know, just the celebrity thing. We all care about something and want to make a difference.
Let me ask you something really quickly, because I am going to let you run. We're going to chat with Cindy and Emerson Russell on another date on 3+U, so I'm sure we'll go into this a little bit more. But can you tell us real quickly about how Emerson is helping with the charitable charter?
Yes, Boyd Speedway is offering $1 per ticket to the Cindy's Choice charitable charter up to the first 1,000 tickets sold. Go online now. Go online, go to cindyschoice.com. I have a link there, or go to the Boyd Speedway, and you can buy your ticket. $1 goes back to the charitable charter, but guess what? That'll give me a list of names to draw from, and at the race, I've got great prizes from Grease Lighten from East Ridge Fast Lube. We've got oil changes and other great prizes from them. We've got Champy's Chicken, $10 gift cards from Champy's Chicken. We've got Lowe's on Gun Barrel. Pete Lane has given us $25 gift cards to Lowe's. So not only do you give back $1 to the Cindy's Choice charitable charter that goes back into our community, you get a great concert. The race is fabulous, and you get a chance to win some prizes.
So let's talk the concert. So Scott Smith is standing by. We're going to check in with him and find out what he is looking forward to this Saturday at the performance. So as we promised, here is the man himself, Scott Smith, who we were just talking. Found out that you go way back with this dirt track around here.
We do. It's kind of, you know, circling back, but my father, Wes Smith, who the band's named after, Smith and Wesley, and my mother, Dad went to UC, and Mom worked at Honest Charlie's, and she was Honest Shirley. She was actually on the cover of one of the magazines, so they sold all the car parts and race engine parts. And they didn't have any money, so they used to get tickets through Honest Charlie's, and this is where they would come for date night, because they didn't have money and they got free tickets, so they were here at the races. And when we were kids, me and Todd, we would come to the races here at Boyd Speedway.
And so your first single, or the first song you wrote, you brought Boyd into the lyrics.
We did. The first single we released probably 4 or 5 years ago, called Sweet Life, talked about growing up around this area. And one of the lines in it is race cars at the dirt track with my kinfolks and me. So we have another song that talks about racing. So it's.
If that was the first one you released 4 or 5 years ago, then in the music world, you've come a long way in a short period of time. Congratulations, this has been a great big year for you.
Well, thank you. When you get in this business, you do it for the right reasons, and Todd and I just love music. We never anticipated, you know, going where we've gone, but our trajectory is just, we've really been blessed with it and worked hard and had a good team around us, and one of our goals was to win Independent Artist of the Year on Music Row, and in 2020 we won Independent Artist of the Year.
And now you're signed by a label, right?
Signed by a label, new booking agency, the best PR in Nashville, and then we had a little problem that when all that happened and we're releasing a new album, we had this COVID-19.
Little thing.
And so we got to spend a lot of time with our family last year and enjoyed every bit of that, and that was a blessing. And so we'll roll with it and pick back up when things get going again.
You shared with me earlier that y'all were doing a radio interview not too long ago, and somebody said to you, what's in the water down there in Ringgold? Maybe the question is, what's in the dirt?
It may be the dirt, it may not be the water, but yeah, we get asked on radio tours all the time about, you know, what's going on in that area, because you have Kane Brown, you have Lauren Elena, and now you guys. And it's been kind of odd. There's been a couple of times on the music charts that Kane Brown, Lauren Elena, and Smith and Wesley have been all side by side. And our new single was just released, and as soon as we loaded it up to the platform where radio stations, you know, pull it down to decide what they're going to play, the first week we loaded it up, we were in the top 5 downloads from radio with all artists. And one of them was Lauren Elena, was in that top 5 too. So we bump into each other a few times.
That's very fun. I guess your answer would be it's the people.
It's the people
that you grew up with, right? Because you learned all types of values just by watching the people around you, I'm guessing, when you were a kid.
And that is true. I think we were talking, you know, in another interview, and Cindy, she said, well, all that doesn't happen for, you know, no reason. And she said, I want to meet your mama, because I guarantee you a lot of that came from your mama and your daddy.
So this weekend, a big one for you, because you'll come back to your roots. You're performing 1:30 on Saturday here?
1:30 on Saturday, and we're excited. We've played one show in a year with everything going on, and that was only to do our foundation. We have a foundation, the Wes and Shirley Smith Foundation, and so we give money back to the community through that. And so we went ahead and you know, used protocol the best we could, and still had our fundraising event. But other than that, we haven't played in a year, so all the guys are excited.
Forgive me for asking, are you a guitar player?
I play guitar and mandolin and dobro, and I play a lot of.
Do you still play your first guitar? Do you have your first one?
Oh, I'm bad about not selling any of my instruments. I have a room full of them, and you know, and I'll say, well, I'll buy this one and then I'll trade it later, but I never trade them.
So depending on the mood you're in, that's the guitar you'll grab. Is that right?
Well, depending on the mood, yes, that's true. And I have a stage guitar. I had a real nice Martin guitar that I used to play, and sometimes they can get knocked over and banged up, and I love playing them. But I bought me a stage guitar that I mainly carry around and don't have to worry as much about it getting scuffed up.
So watch for it when you come out to see him perform. 1:30 at the Boyd Speedway. You're not only going to be promoting and supporting local musicians and artists here from Ringgold, but you're going to be promoting and supporting Emerson Russell, his resurgence of the Boyd Speedway, which is an institution right here in Chattanooga. Thanks so much.
We're real excited. Y'all come out and check it out.